Good morning, high school. Hey, high school. Good morning, high school. Good morning, high school.
Good morning, high school.
Good morning, high school. Good morning, high school. Good morning, high school. Good morning, high school. Good morning, high school.
Good morning, high school.
Good morning, high school. Good morning, high school.
Good morning, high school.
It's March 21st, April 17th, April 24th, it's May 1st,
May 15th,
May 30th, August 17th, August 31st, September 7th, October 26th, December 19th, January 11th, 2021, January 25th, February 1st, March 8th. It is Monday, March 15th, and this past week we finished 1 year of COVID quarantine, 1 year of distance learning, 1 year empty halls. It is crazy to think that we are still in this situation. We did not expect to be here 1 year later. It's been 1 year since many of you have seen campus, your teachers, your classmates. I will have gone an entire year teaching my course without ever having my students in front of me face to face. This is not what any of us were thinking was going to happen. About 6 months ago, our family was ordered to leave the Philippines due to visa complications because of COVID. We got here just before the US set its clocks back for fall. We do every 6 months. This morning, we set our clocks ahead again. That made us realize how long we have been away from home, how long we've been away from Faith Academy. People who study grief and loss talk about different stages that people go through as they process those things. And most people, to one degree or another, move through pretty similar stages of grief as they are processing through things they have lost or traumatic events that have happened in their lives. This is not at all conclusive or scientific, but I've seen similar stages in responding to quarantine among our students. Stage one was last March, maybe into April, when distance learning was new, quarantine was new. It was all kind of a unique experience that, while not fun, people could bear for a little while. When it was clear that the quarantine wasn't going to be over before the end of last school year, I saw students kind of move into a second stage of frustration. And a lot of that centered around asking, why did this have to be me? Why did this have to happen now to my senior year or to me at this time in my life? And that stage kind of continued maybe through the summer and into the start of this school year, where last year's class of 2020 was asking a lot of, why did my junior, senior, my graduation need to get canceled? As we moved into this new school year, a lot of you all were asking similar questions. Why did it have to be my high school retreat, my basketball season, my musical that got canceled? Stage 3 seemed to be kind of a longer term resignation, and that kicked in as first semester this year got going. Everyone kind of realized this is the thing that we're in. This is what we have to deal with for this school year. And all right, we don't like it, but we're going to have to live with it. Nobody was excited about it. Nobody really wanted to do it. Everyone just kind of put their heads down and trudged through first semester. It has felt like many of you have moved into a new stage, either end of last semester or start of this semester. Last year, there was that really quick short stage when it was novel and the novelty wore off and people were frustrated with what was going on. This year, that cycle has kind of expanded a little bit, and for most of first semester, people were kind of resigned to the fact that this is the situation we're in, this is what we've got to deal with. That ended, and people started thinking about things differently this semester. As I have talked to you, as I've talked to some of your parents, as I've talked to many of your teachers, as we're moving through the second semester, it is clear that many of you are just done. You don't want to be doing this anymore. It's no longer fun, it's no longer unique or interesting, and for many of you, it feels like it's no longer manageable. For what it's worth, I want to let you guys know you're not alone. There are a lot of weeks I just don't want to start doing anything related to school. I don't want to prep my classes. I don't want to grade work. It's the farthest thing from my mind. I'd rather just turn my brain off and turn into a vegetable. And the only thing that gets me off the couch, the only thing that makes me actually open my computer and get to work is the thought that if I don't, I'm going to let my students down. I'm going to let you all down. I've talked to other teachers, and I'm not the only one who feels that way. We don't like doing this. We're teachers because we like you. We want to see you and actually engage and interact with you. We want to be with you on campus, in our classrooms, and help you learn in that way. This is not fun for any of us. Back last April, when quarantine was starting to drag on, I talked about how it's easy to do hard things for a short period of time, and it gets a lot harder to do those things for a longer period of time. Wasn't that adorable, thinking 8 weeks was a long time? And that is more true now than ever. Putting myself in your place, I think too much has been asked of you. I think it's too much to ask a teenager to do more than a quarter of their high school life distance learning away from campus. I think it's too much to ask you to go more than a year without seeing some of the people that you care about the most. I think it's too much to ask that all in one go you give up sports and arts and clubs and activities and retreats and all the things that you might think make high school worthwhile. And I really think it's too much to ask of you that you stay in your house with just your family, not seeing anybody else for a whole year. So I think too much has been asked of you. But I also think you can do it. I've been impressed at how many of you have adjusted and found new ways to interact with each other online. I'm so thankful that our exco chairs and house chairs have worked to find new ways to be student leaders and new types of events and activities to do when we can't gather. And I'm really grateful that for the first time in several years, I'm actually teaching a class this year because I've gotten to watch many of you do your best to keep learning in this really awkward, really difficult situation. I have faith that you guys can get through this. I have faith that you seniors can graduate and complete all your coursework. I have faith that you underclassmen can finish your courses well, set yourselves up for success in the coming years. I have faith in you guys, but more importantly, I have a faith in a big God who's gotten many more people through much worse situations than this. The longer normal life is disrupted, the longer it takes to return to that semblance of normalcy when the thing is over. And a year is a long time. We've missed a lot, and I'm not going to pretend that getting ourselves back to what may feel like normal on campus is going to be a quick process or an easy one. But I do know we'll get there. A week ago I showed you snow and a frozen lake. There were 6 inches of ice out there and we could still walk on the lake. It got warm this week and the ice is all gone and it's just really windy. At the beginning of March, it felt like it was going to be cold forever. And then unexpectedly, it wasn't. Winter here in Connecticut didn't last forever, and quarantine won't last forever. I hope you all know that we care about you, we miss you, we're on your side. It is a lot to ask that you do a year of your life, a year of your schooling, a year of your teenage relationships in quarantine. But I know you can do it. I know you've got it in you, and we'll do what we can to help you get there. Until 1 year and 1 week, stay safe, stay sane. But now it's snowing again. As why not?